Well, hello, hello, hello. It is Latanya Washington here of Night School. And I am so excited because this is the first time I've really had the chance to speak with Dwainia, who is a natural healer. And today we're going to be talking about how to restore your body's natural healing powers. And she knows all about this. And I get a chance to talk to her, even though I have some questions for her. I'm hoping I don't go off script because me and her just had a good conversation, but we're going to talk about it this afternoon. Well, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. If you are on the East Coast, really good evening. If you are down south, which I call the dirty, dirty South, Dwainia, welcome, welcome to the show. And we are here on the West Coast, and I am so excited because I get the chance to speak with Dwainia this afternoon, this evening, because it's something that, especially after the pandemic, a lot of people are trying to figure out, what do I need to do next? What's up with my body? How come my body is feeling this way? And so I wanted to speak with her this afternoon so we can get a better understanding on how we can treat our bodies, or the things that we can go through to help heal our body. So welcome to the show, Dwainia, life coach Dwainia.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I'm so excited that you are here this afternoon. And so, as I said before, you are, and we were talking about this, you are a natural healer. And I know you deal a lot with touch energy. So can you explain to us, what is a natural healer?
Well, a natural healer is somebody who came in the world with the ability to transfer energy that I didn't know I had this. I
Yeah.
thought everybody was like me until I was about 35 years old. So when okay, I'm a hair care specialist. So as you sit in my chair, we touch each other.
Yeah.
When you hug each other, we're transferring energy.
Yeah.
Even when you walk down the street, you can feel people's energy. You know, if you stop and think about it, each person can feel it, but we've been so desensitized to it that we don't know we're doing it. So
Wow.
it's just that we all have it. Some
Yeah.
have it to a greater degree than others.
Yeah.
Some, if you meditation is excellent to bring
Okay.
things out because you'll be able to center yourself and you can feel yourself more. The energy that flows through you. It's really
Okay.
important.
So meditation, how we meditate.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't even know how to meditate, Dwayne, because so much is going through our brain. So we need to talk about that. Put a check mark on that right there, because I
Okay.
think most of us, especially as business owners, and we're in the corporate America, we're teachers, things like that. I think sometimes it's very, very hard to meditate. So I want to deal with that as well. And so when we talk about how our bodies can literally heal themselves, because we know we already have the ingredients on the inside. The body is made up to heal itself. But talk to us this afternoon how that occurs, or do you really need someone to help you go through the process of the natural healing to literally repair your body?
Well, let's look at it like this. When you touch yourself, it
Hmm.
heals itself. You really don't have to do a thing. The
Like
body
this,
is a, pardon me?
like something like this. If you touch your, okay, if I touch
You
my
don't even
face,
you don't even have to do that. If you get a cut, doesn't it create a scab?
it creates a scab.
Okay, so that's the basics of natural healing. The body's going to do it anyway. As a
Okay.
as a spirit being, because we're all spiritual,
Yes.
meaning we have a spirit. So when you're in touch with your body and your spirit, then you can speed up the healing process.
Oh, you can speed up the healing
Yes,
process.
and it also comes through the necessity of words. I work with people on the power of their spoken word.
Okay.
What is your language? The words that come out of your mouth, are they words that uplift, or are they words that bring things down? So
Oh,
that's the other thing is, what is your self talk? What is this speech that you present to others? How do you do that? When I was 15, I made up my mind to get rid of all the negative words in my vocabulary. So the but, the maybes, the ifs, the doubts, all of
okay.
that. It took me 5 years before I actually realized any significant change, but I was really young
Right.
and still learning. So it begins with that, is
Okay.
just changing your words. If you say, I
Changing.
have people say the word love. If you
Okay.
mind saying love,
Love.
okay, and then say hate.
Hate.
How does it feel? Which one feels better?
Love feels better. Hate, it seems like I said it like bam. Hate. Like I hate you.
Exactly. So when we change it from that perspective, you can feel the difference. So you work on that.
Okay.
How does it feel when I say this? How does it feel when I say that? And then
Okay.
you start incorporating that energy, and you slowly change it so you have less negative and more positive. So that will actually aid the healing of the body.
Okay.
Well,
So it almost so then it almost go back it almost goes back to how we speak, how we speaking life into our spirit man, speaking life into it and talking back to ourselves. And as you were saying too, developing that habit of meditation. So I want to ask you this because I already know people always say, "Oh, kumbaya, I need to meditate." But I already know a lot of people cannot meditate because we either the television's on, the phones are going down, I mean, we're scrolling on our phones. So share with us how people can learn how to meditate.
okay, I have a simple one that I give away, and I think it's on my website. It's
Hmm.
just bringing in. It's real simple. It'll take you less than 5 minutes, depending on how much you want to release. It's a
Yeah.
matter of visualizing a funnel above your head, allowing the energy, the pure love of God that's flowing in the air. It's everywhere, coming
Okay.
down inside your head, flowing through your whole body. I go through your physical body. I go through your organs. I go through your blood and your cells. And then any issues that you may have that you want to get rid of, I ask people to imagine this giant bubble out in front of them, and you put all that negative stuff in that bubble, and you let it slowly lift up into the heavens, up into the clouds, way out. And I've taken it out to 1 or 2 galaxies before, and let it explode back into the pure love of God. It's so simple and so effective, and I
And
give it
so
away.
And so you say you just release it out into the galaxy. See, that's why we need help because we'll sit there and like kumbaya. I see a fly in the air. What's going it's hard for us to meditate and to allow ourselves to get into the place of being still enough to allow all those things to take place within our body so it can literally heal itself. So let me ask you this because we're talking about how to restore your body's natural healing powers.
Yes,
Can the body, we already know when we get a cut on our skin, yes, we see it, the body naturally wants to heal itself. But what do we say to those people that literally have a true illness? How can they naturally go through the process of healing themselves? And we know we need people like you, but how is it possible? Really, is it possible?
absolutely. I will share a book. It's called Heal Your Body by Louise Hay.
Okay.
She did it. She had cancer of the uterus. She got rid
Okay.
of it by changing her words, changing her food, changing her attitude, writing letters of forgiveness, and letting things go. She lived to be 90 years old. You know,
Wow.
and then there's another book that she got hers from called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn, that was published in 1925. So it's been happening throughout history. It's just been lost along the way, just lost. But yes, and I wanted to go back. You said something about talk to the spirit man. It's the opposite. The spirit man is going to talk to the body.
Ooh. Okay. So that means you have to be still and listen.
Yes. But
So you don't
even in the busy, that meditation that I shared with you, even
yeah.
in the busy, it takes nothing to just stop and breathe in the
Just
middle of
stop.
your day. Stop and breathe.
Okay,
And
stop and breathe and allow your body to do what it needs to do, and allow the spirit man to speak to your spirit. Is that what you're saying?
the spirit man to, well, we are the spirit.
Your spirit.
We are
Mm-hmm.
spirit. We just have to learn to listen. We get it, when you get that little thing, oh, I should go to the right. And then you don't go to the right, and then, oh, I should have gone to the right.
Should have gone to the right. That's your
That's
spirit
simple.
speaking to you.
Yes, absolutely.
So then, okay, so then what I'm hearing too, then your body literally will tell you what it needs.
Exactly. If you listen.
Oh, see, I had my aha moment. I had my aha moment. Y'all, Asanya, hello, son. I just had my aha moment. The body will tell you what it needs if you listen to it. But
Yes.
I think too, so basically, then when we need water, the body's telling us it'll do certain things to let us know it needs water.
Yes.
Okay,
In my,
so now you're a natural healer. So how do you take people through the process? Hey, you guys, because she literally just told me she can even do that via these computer mediated technologies right here. So let me ask, I want to ask you this question, because we have so many of us, especially African Americans, who are dealing with so many illnesses. And we know a lot of times it's coming from how we eat. We don't exercise. We're doing so many crazy things. So you as a natural healer, and then I want to get into that because you are a natural healer. And I do believe people come with different gifts. And so what do we say to someone who literally has been dealing with so many things? How do they begin to realize that? I know you said, listen, that the body is truly telling you to do something different. What do we do?
and I need a little more clarity because the first step is to listen.
First step
Then,
is to listen,
okay, I
and
have
then you do
used
the work.
you
Okay.
do the work, but I have a client that was very, very ill. I had to call 911 in the salon.
Okay.
So what I told her every time she would come, I would tell her, do not listen to the negativity. You
Okay.
stay positive. I work with crystals, the gemstones too. So I
Hmm.
made a necklace for her. She wears her things faithfully and allows that energy to work with her. And every time I see her, I reinforce the positives for her,
Okay.
reinforce the things she needs to do. And actually, it's been so beautiful because that lady is healing so wonderfully.
Wow.
It's a shame, and I get to see their countenance change. So
Right.
it's a matter of, this is where the support comes in because it is challenging to do it by yourself. Just hearing how are you today, with love in your voice
Right.
means a lot to people. That you genuinely care about someone, not just, oh, how are you because you're supposed to.
Right.
But that's how I do it. So I would work with you, say, with somebody who's not gravely ill, because I mean, people can rise from the dead. We know that can happen.
Hmm.
Um, but it's going to begin with me helping them understand what's going on inside them. And again, maintaining that positivity and not to feel guilty,
Okay.
not to be upset with themselves because things are not working as fast as they would hope.
Okay.
Just go through the process, but let go of all those aches and pains, those past sorrows, those people who made you mad. It's not worth it.
Wow.
It's just
Learning
not
to
worth
let
it.
it go. Learning
That's
to
the
let it
challenge.
go. That's the challenge.
There's a couple of things people can do. You're in the desert. You
Yeah.
can go out into the desert. The desert is healing. Trees are healing. The ocean is healing.
Yeah.
That's what Mother Nature gives us, and that's
That's
all we have to do.
true.
Reconnect.
Because I can tell the difference when y'all hear that? I can tell the difference when I'm by the ocean. It is such, I can tell the difference. Even when I'm around trees, that just the waving and the whistling of the trees, I can tell the difference. See, I would have never known that if I had not had this conversation with you. So now these are some things that we can literally go out and try to do on our own. But once again, like I said, it's very hard. And people say once again that they meditate. I don't believe people meditate, Dwainie. I don't believe it because I believe it's hard to get to that place because we have so much. But meditation is part of going through the process of allowing ourselves to restore, allowing our bodies to restore itself and to begin to heal itself. We're spiritual, make sure I got this right. We're spiritual creatures. And so we allow the spirit, our spirits to connect, letting spirits connect to us
To the
so
body.
we can begin to the body so we can begin to okay, got it. Okay, see, it's hard for me to meditate. I'm trying to tell
Well,
you right now.
you meditate
I
anyway.
shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say that.
There you
Okay.
go. We're going to change everything to a positive. So when you focus on your work, like putting this program together, that's a
Right.
form of meditation.
It is
Totally focused. You're totally focused.
true. True. That's
That's
true.
all meditation is. We do it every day. We just don't acknowledge it or recognize that that's what we're doing. So the idea,
Okay.
so the idea is to take that same concept and
Okay.
apply it. Even right before you go to bed, you could sit down and be still and do the same thing. You know.
I'm going
And
to
I'm gonna give you. It's called the Horay clock. It's Horay clock. It's a part
okay.
of martial arts, but there are certain hours of the night that each organ heals itself, which is why you should go to bed at certain times and why people shouldn't
Mm.
do certain things. But they can look that up. You'll find it on the internet. But
What?
there's a lot to healing. But nature provides. We just have to remember and reconnect with nature.
To reconnect with nature and allow your body to heal itself. So let me ask you this, because you know I'm gonna go here.
Yes.
Okay, because you're a natural healer. Like I said, I believe in gifts. I believe in all of that. So, when it comes to God, so let me evaluate that, because we've had people that say healers, call themselves healers, and they dibbling dabbling in voodoo. I don't don't know what. So let me ask you this: when you're talking about that, because we're talking about spirit, because of course, God is a spirit. So, what is the belief system? Is there a difference between our faith walk in God, believing in God, and dealing with this, going through the meditation and allowing ourselves to go through the healing process, or calling in a natural healer? Is there a difference, or do you help people go through that process of really, really saying, teaching them how to connect?
I like teaching how to connect because I do
Okay.
not take people away from their faith at all.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was raised in the church and I've been through a whole heck of a lot in this lifetime.
Yeah.
There's only one sun that we can see. There's only one sky. There's only one ocean. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it doesn't matter what you call it.
Mm-hmm.
When you know God in any form it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I'm never here to take people away from anything. Um, they can go to the Psalms. What is the Psalms? Nothing's meditation. Okay.
That's true.
There's First Corinthians, you got the 9 gifts of the Spirit. You got the 9 fruits of the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Healing takes place all the time. Throughout the scriptures, all scriptures. I don't limit it. I don't limit God. I will not put God in a box.
Right.
I can't see to the other side of the sky, and I
Right.
can't see to the depths of the ocean. So why put limitations on it? I won't do that. When it comes to, ask your question again.
Huh?
I got
Is
walked
there
off.
a difference between, because some people believe, okay, I believe in God, of course he's he, that's who I believe in. So some
Yes.
people really don't believe in someone being a natural healer. How can someone else come along and help me? Or a lot of people think that when people say that they are natural healers or something to that effect, or operate in a certain way, that they are not believers in God. And so I was trying to figure out, is there a difference, or is there a connection between the two?
Connection. There's a
Yeah.
connection. We have a choice.
Yeah.
We have free will, so you can
Yeah.
believe whatever you want to believe. I'm
Hmm.
not interested in proving what I do. Those who are receptive, I give. I give freely, anyway.
Yeah.
I have been doing this work behind the chair. I've been doing hair over 40 years.
Yeah.
I've been counseling people, women in their 50s when I was in my 20s, and it's just a gift. So I had to learn more about it in order to present it to people because it was normal to me. my family, this stuff is normal. We see, I look and see, and I'm like, okay, but I do have one foot in on earth and one foot in the spiritual world, and that's
Yeah.
24/7. That's just
Wow.
how I live.
Which is where we all, because we're spiritual beings anyway.
First,
And
first.
and what it is, and I think Dwainia, a lot of times we forget that we're spiritual beings, and maybe
Yeah,
that's the problem.
exactly. We get caught up in acquisition, and I've got to achieve this, I've got to achieve that, which is wonderful. We're supposed to, but
Deep.
who gives you your breath? You don't
That's
wake
right.
yourself up in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful because I woke up. I'm grateful I'm able to go to sleep. I'm
Right.
grateful I have my movements. Now, I fell some years ago I was getting an award, and I fell. And I hit
Hmm.
the back of my shoulder so hard I couldn't lift my arm for 2 years.
Wow.
But what I did between essential oils, my own ability to transfer energy, and I work with negative ion clothing as well, which is what you
Okay.
get at the ocean and the forest and the desert. Those are negative ions. That's what heals the body. The positive ions are what make us sick. So I wear black tourmaline to protect me from the geomagnetic smog, from the cell phones and the computers. There's a lot we
See
need
what
to
I'm
do.
saying? We got a whole lot going on in this world.
We do, but everything is provided. Everything is
Wow.
provided. Everything.
Wow. So we need people like you to really take us through the process of understanding what's good for us, what's really going on out in the world. Because just like you were saying, we have, and we hear all the time, we have negative energy, we have positive energy. And most people will know when you go to the ocean, you can tell. You can
Absolutely.
you can feel the waters, but we're not paying attention to it. But even like you were just saying just a few minutes ago, there are certain things that you wear to kind of take the negative away,
Exactly. Or shield it. Shield you from it.
shield it
Yeah.
from you, because this body is full of energy, correct?
It's pure energy. It's electrical. It's electromagnetic. It really
So
is.
that's why if we rub our feet up against the floor and touch something, electric shock.
We're conductors. The body is a conductor. The
The
body.
body is a conductor. So literally the body has the ability to heal itself. So then even the foods we eat. So let me ask you this about the foods we eat. Um, what would you say in regards to that, especially people who are literally trying to heal from a particular disease? Some people, have cancer. Some people have certain things. But what about the foods that we eat? Do you also share that information with people about what's good, what's bad? Because people always say red meat is bad. We hear that
Okay.
all the time.
Yes.
But what would you say to the foods that we're putting inside of our bodies?
Well, if you can avoid much processed food as possible, yes.
Okay.
We do have to start looking up those ingredients. Um, the food. There's a reason we pray before we eat,
Mhm.
and that's to balance that, get rid of that negative energy over the food and
Okay.
the water. I was at a service for somebody that I lost, and the table I was sitting at, the conversations were so negative. I was glad I'm vegan. I am vegan, but I was
Okay.
glad they didn't have food for me, and I didn't drink my water nor the rest of my juice because the
Wow.
conversation was that negative. So it transfers, especially in water.
Because the water is a transducent. It just can transfer. So you just sat there, you didn't eat anything. You see, this is some good stuff right here. I'm gonna just look at folk who are negative and be like, click the phone, hang up. I'm not talking to you because it transfers.
Yes, and then this is what happens. If somebody talks to you and they dump all their stuff on you, then you've got to go and find somebody else to talk to dump it on them, and then they have to find somebody to dump it. So that, let's meditate, put it back out in the pure love, let it
Yeah.
dissipate, and not keep transferring. And one thing I want to give: we hug, we go to the right, our right shoulder touches. That's the liver. The liver is the seat of anger. So when you hug, you want to hug from the other side, from the left side, because it's the heart. So you transfer love to each other.
Transfer love to on that side. Okay, got it. Okay, so see, this helps me out a lot. So even with that and understanding, yeah, we have to stay away from negativity. We have to stay away. from negative people, we have to be mindful of the fact that it's certain things that will cause our bodies to absorb that negativity, which causes so much illness and sickness, and we don't even realize what's happening. So then what do you say to the people who, what do you say to people who have to deal with people? I would say even therapists, because they get dumped on all the time. So what do you say to people that may come to you who work with other people, who work within, therapy? And I deal with clientels that are dealing, I'm in that clients and customers and students. So what do you say to people who always are dealing with energy from other people, whether it's negative or positive?
Right. I
Or
would
how do
say
we
this.
dump the negative?
Well, you can, again, with that pure love, you can dissipate it back to
Okay.
the source, because God is the source. What we call God is the source of everything anyway. So
Yeah.
dissipate it. Like how we use water to dilute. So dilute it out into nothingness, back into love, back into the pure love.
Okay, so
So
it's our words. We
our
flip it
words,
on.
yes, our words. I will tell people. I always tell people get black tourmaline, wear it by your finest land. I don't
What
take
you
mine
say?
off. It's
Black
called
who?
black
If somebody said
tourmaline.
turtleneck,
No, no.
like it's hot. It's hot. I ain't putting on no
Let
turtleneck.
me see. Can you see
You
this?
have some? What is that?
This is my black tourmaline.
Okay.
I wear it around my neck
You wear it
all the
around your
time.
neck.
Yeah,
Okay. And it gets rid of the negative
it
energy.
protects, it shields you from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
is that like people with sage?
well, yes, sage is another one, but they all do different things. But this is a gemstone.
Okay.
So there's a lot to learn. Excuse me, but I would tell them change their words,
Change the word.
release it,
Okay.
because you
Really.
have to release it. I do suggest to people to go to the ocean. Just sit at the ocean and talk to the ocean and let that the waves that come in and out, let them take the negative away from you, and let it, when the wave comes back in, let it bring the love to you, and just let that stuff go. That's what it's there for. Just release.
Well,
Let it
can we put some water in the bathtub and
Yes, ma'am, you can. Yes, you can. And when you're in the shower,
see, I
thank
was
you for the
playing.
cleansing, the healing. Yes, you can. Water is water.
Water is what? Okay, because you know what? See, I told you I could be sitting here asking you all kind of questions. Because what I noticed is every time I'm in the shower, that's when I'm more susceptible to the spirit, to God speaking to me. It's
Exactly.
the time I'm like, okay, you know what? And that's real. That's when I really, really hear. You all hear that? Okay, the water is amazing.
Yes, it is.
And you said even the desert.
Yes, because the desert, it's a whole different energy out there,
Yeah,
but it's still nature. It's got its own
it's
energy. It
nature.
does its own healing. Yes. How are we gonna separate? I don't separate anything. What we call God, I don't separate anything. How
Right.
can I? Who am I to make
Right. Oh, this
determinations?
is this is amazing. Okay. Okay. See, and I need to get some of them gems you got going on over there because
I
it's
make I make I make the jewelry.
okay. You have to we got to put your information on here. Okay. Yeah. They say, okay, love it. You hear that? I think that's Linda from Me Parent Shop. You hear that, Linda? I need to go get me some of her stones over there and put them around my neck
Absolutely.
and feed off the negative energy. And so this is amazing because I think a lot of times, and I'm glad we're here and we're talking about this because we have to learn. Okay, she says she needs some too.
Okay.
Because we have to get rid of this negativity. It's the negativity that's holding us back from
Absolutely.
so much crazy because, man, that's what it is. And learning how to meditate.
Let me give you a sequence if I get my hands here.
Okay.
Where's my other one? Okay, here's the darkness. Here's the light. The light is constantly complaining about what the dark is doing,
Yeah.
but the light hasn't figured out they need to balance themselves. We have
Mm.
the sun and we have the moon. We have the day and the night. They don't fight each other.
They don't fight each other.
So when we balance, then the dark can't exactly one hand when they're balanced, they're not going to have the imbalance. Right now, the imbalance exists because the children of the light are not doing their part. They're
Wow.
feeding into it. I mean, if you listen to people's conversations and what they're talking about, how is it serving them? How is it serving you? How
Right.
is it serving anything that's going on? I don't feed into that stuff. I'm the positive person. I'm going to give you, hey, let's change that. Let's change that word. And my husband, I don't allow can't. My children were not a can't does not exist.
It does not exist. And so that's how we're going to start speaking. We can do things. It is
Absolutely.
possible to make this happen. It is possible to split the Red Sea, whatever your Red Sea is. It is possible.
Absolutely.
And then
Yes.
you're saying too, for the people that surround us that bring in that negative energy, we need to flip it around and pour in love and just
Thank you.
change the atmosphere.
Yes, because that's what
Okay,
they're lacking.
that's what they're lacking. And that's why so many people are sick. So many people have, some people have these illnesses, and a lot of times we don't even recognize the fact it's because we're around too much negative. We got all these negative vibes coming our direction. And so I want you to say your closing words for us, because what I'm hearing from you, and this is good, because I always say there's no way, especially when we're dealing with clients and we're dealing with customers and we're dealing with the consumer, we can't help anyone. I can't help anyone out if I'm dealing with all this bad stuff on the inside of me. And that's a thing and that's why I wanted to talk to you, because we have to, especially as leaders, especially as people who operate in a certain realm, we have to get ourselves together. We have to learn how to meditate. We have to release ourselves, not speak negative, but speak life
Exactly.
into it all. So give us your final words, Dwainia. I told you I got more questions, but I'm gonna just gonna let you close us out. But give us your final words this afternoon for people who are out there that really, really are trying to figure out how to restore. We've spoken about it, but give us your final words on this evening for our audience.
Okay, I would like to say the first thing, we do have to breathe, but we have to know how to breathe. So we
Okay.
breathe from our chest, but the true breathing, babies do it. Their stomach
Okay.
expands like a balloon when they're inhaling, and then when
Mhm,
they exhale, it flattens out. So we
mhm.
have to breathe. It's on the Apple Watches, it tells you to breathe, you
Sure
know.
did.
So we need to breathe and
Okay.
then forgive ourselves, first of all. We
Forgive
forget that
yourself.
we have to forgive ourselves. And then say, okay, I made a mistake, but in order to grow, how are you going to grow if you don't know the areas you need to grow in by
Wow.
making a mistake or what they call a mistake? So breathe, remember love, pass love,
Love.
inhale,
Past love.
and watch our words and our thoughts, and just
Watch your words and your thoughts. And
yeah,
remember, we're spiritual beings.
number one.
That's number one. And allow ourselves to go to the ocean. See how you all see how she just calmed me down. She just calmed me down. Listen to the way I'm talking now. She just calmed me down just by the words she just said. Boy, I can feel it. I can feel it. You did. You just calmed me down, because I could be way up here. You
You
brought
know,
me on down here. And even allowing ourselves to go to the ocean, going to the desert, jumping in the shower, and just we can meditate there as well.
exactly. And go hug
In
a
the
tree.
shower.
Go hug
Okay.
a tree. A tree.
Go.
Go hug a tree.
I ain't hugging no trees, Dwayne. I don't like bugs. I don't need nothing jumping out on. But she
Well,
said, go hug a tree. What about a
yeah.
branch? Can I hug a
Well, that's
branch?
okay. Have plants in your house. They're
Okay.
giving us oxygen and they're taking our carbon dioxide.
This is true. That's probably why I
Right.
need some plants around. I
Yeah.
need some plants around here. See, you're gonna make me go get a plant, but
Wonderful.
that's what's gonna happen. But thank you so much for being a part of this show. And then I want us to be able to connect with you, because some people are here saying, yeah, we need that necklace that you got on. So where can we literally go? And find you, because I know you're on Instagram. I know you're there, but where can people literally go and see a catalog or find all the things that you have available?
Okay. They're custom. I do more custom at this point,
Okay. Okay.
um, because I'm challenged with I know a lot about the mining, and so there's certain,
That's true.
yes, I'm very conscientious about that. lifecoachdwainia.com.
Okay. Okay.
On Instagram, I do have a lot of jewelry that I've already made that's there
Okay.
for people. The salon is lantasalon.net. Um,
Okay.
and then, people can text me at 310-521-0828, and I'll send the meditation to them. Because I
Okay.
give it away. It's real simple, and I
Okay.
give
The
it away.
meditation. Okay.
So yeah, and I can make them. I can tell you where to buy certain things and how to work with your crystals and do what we're doing. But
Mm.
and then I'm at Lonta Salon, Salon Row, downtown Long Beach. Long
Okay,
Beach,
you're
California.
Long Beach, and you have some stuff there too in Long
Yes,
Beach that people can
yes,
come and see.
yes.
Okay. Okay, because I definitely okay, yeah, stuff that we need because we cannot continue to do what we do and serve people and be in a state of, frenzy ourselves because we have to have people that are in our lives that help us meditate. We have to have people in our lives that remind us to speak life. On a consistent basis so we can continue to do the things and we can continue to serve people. And so thank you so much for being here. I'm going to hit you up because I need me some of them things you got. I need some of that stuff over what you got going on. But I am literally going to try my meditation tonight, and I have to be intentional about doing it. And I know it's going to help me out so much. And we were talking today, you all, about how to restore your body's natural powers, natural healing powers, because it has the ingredients to heal. But we have to be intentional and we have to be cognizant of the fact that your body wants to heal itself. But we have to be positive, speak life to yourself, do those things that are necessary, and then connect with people that have the ability, like she is a natural healer, connecting with people that literally can take you through the process of what you need to do to learn the things that you need to learn so we can all be better individuals, period. And so thank you so much for being a part of this show on this afternoon. Thank you all that were listening in. For you all that are watching the replay, we are so excited that you are here and that you had the chance to really, really get some information that is necessary for you to grow for your future. And once again, you all, I'm excited about what's happening. And I'm excited because there's so much greatness in this world. See, I'm speaking positive right there.
Wonderful.
See,
Yes, you are. Thank you.
I'm
And
speaking positive. And so until we see you guys again, we won't be here next Monday because, of course, it is a holiday, but we'll see you guys the following week. And so once again, thank you so much for being a part of Night School.